Good morning, fellow option traders. This is Jeff, and welcome to the Daily Scan for Wednesday, January 14th, 2015. All right, JOLTS report, nothing exciting there from yesterday, and the Treasury budget. Let's just pop over and take a quick look at that one. You can see that we were actually at a surplus of $1.9 billion. But just to show you what it looks like on the chart, it's so small you can't even see it here. It's there, but you just can't see it. It's so small. This has happened before. If it looks like maybe there's data or information missing from the chart, it's simply because it's too small to show up. But it's really there. So that's interesting. That's good. We're okay with that, I think, pretty much for the most part. It's good that we did not run too much of a deficit here in the U.S. last month. So let's be happy about that. The market didn't seem to care. Retail sales for today, import and export prices, business inventories, petroleum status report, and beige book, all on tap for today. Okay, let's see here. Let's go over to see what's going on across the ponds. Isn't that Paris Hilton? I think that's who that is. They don't say who that is, but they're talking about boomers basically dying and passing their money on to their heirs. That's what they're talking about here. And I'm not one of them, so there won't be anything going on there. But there are some very rich people, and I guess a lot of them, most of them are here. I thought maybe they'd be in Saudi Arabia or something like that, or in Europe. But believe it or not, most of them are here. Kind of an interesting article. I didn't look to see what else was going on here. Gold will rally 30%. Yeah. Tesla is not going to turn a profit for a while. Let's see here. What the heck is going on here? Apple suing GoPro or something? Who knows? I just get over here. It's just, it's getting very complex out there. Okay, let's take a peek. Okay, here's the futures just popped up. It's 6 o'clock here. So, we'll start looking at the futures. Over in Asia, bearish. And Europe, mostly bearish. A couple of bullish exchanges, but for the most part, bearish. Okay, what's going on here? Well, it's probably bearish here too, but yesterday and the day before, actually, both those days, it was looking pretty bullish for an open, and then it ended up turning around during the day. Here we have gold at $12.28, which is a good, solid, hefty kind of a price here. Oil is at $45.66, so it did manage to climb above that 45 number. The dollar is down a tad at 92.45, and if you look at a chart on that, it looks like as though it may be hitting some resistance, but we shall see how that really plays out, because if we look at the euro, if you are short the euro, you're doing pretty good. Probably Soros is probably short the euro. Big time, I would imagine. But this is continuing to drop at kind of an alarming rate, I guess you might say. All right. Yesterday most certainly was an interesting day. And let's just do a high-level review here. Actually, in the morning, I took a bet on SPX because I was looking at it and it was not looking real strong when I took a peek. And that was right here on this candle. So I said, even though I have a target down here to go long, it's looking weak to me. So I said to myself, would you bet against this move, this open in the morning? And I said, sure. I took a look at some strikes, and I looked at the 2060, which is right here. Well, it's not even on here. So I looked at the 2060. It was looked favorable to me. When I looked on the chart, 2060 was up here, and I said, well, yeah, I'll go ahead and take a bet on that. And I did. And it worked out because I put a limit order in to buy it back at 60 cents. I collected $1.45, put a limit in to buy it back at 60 cents, actually executed later on in the day. Also, yesterday, my 50% profit on Alibaba and BIDU both executed. So we are now out of those for some profit. Alibaba, I got 17 cents out of that one, but I did two of them, so that's 34 cents. And in Baidu, I did one of them and collected, ended up plus 46 cents. So we are now on the path of making up for last week's debacle. Okay, so we have Apple and Amazon left yet for this week. We'll see how they work out. Okay, we can just kick right off then here with the A+ list. Definitely am bearish. I mean, what else? I mean, look down here. We're looking pretty negative here. So Apple, we're still in it, and that's working out well. We'll look at ABX on Monday. So when you're making money, you're having fun. All right, we did we're looking at this 50% line here. To get in on these trades now because of just strong trends. I mean, they're not getting any flags that are giving us enough of a move on a stochastic, and I'm not a mathematician to know why that is. It's just, to me, it's just things are strong, and you need to maybe loosen up the rules a little bit to get in. Otherwise, you're going to miss the move. You know, you're just going to miss it. And yesterday it was a little bit scary on Apple, a little bit. A lot scary on Apple because the short's right here. So it did manage to get back down there later on in the afternoon, and we'll see how it moves today. And in Boeing, we're still probably a little bit, Boeing's trying to be strong, and we got earnings coming up. Earnings season is coming up. It's going to limit our trading a little bit. Alibaba, we are out of Alibaba, so we can remove all of our drawings here, and we'll start out with a new one here. So if I was to, I don't want to do that. If I was to put a 50% line in on here, I think I'll leave the 70 in, and I'll change this one over to one of these over to a 50 and cancel the other one. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw something in here. All right, so let's go here and change this. So we'll do a right click on it and say edit the study. Alright, so we got overbought and oversold. That's those blue lines that you see here, the blue lines. And we'll overbought we'll change to 50. And oversold, we won't even display it, so we'll uncheck that. Let's go to back over to overbought. Do we want to change the color? And I don't particularly like that blue thing, so let's make it yellow. And we'll leave it that size. Okay, so if we hit apply, this is what it's going to look like. Just what we did right here. So let's try that for a while and see how that works out for us. In the way that I would do that is I would say save this style. It's version 2, so I'm going to check that and say OK. And now when I go over to these, I can say style and study, and say load study, and we'll do option guru dark version 2, and there it is. Oh, wait a minute, that's not right. How come it's not yellow and the lines are blue here? What did I save this as? Stochastic 1 to 5. Is that what I have here? Stochastic 1 to 5 version 2. Yeah, that's weird. That's really weird. Okay, I'll have to check that out later. I don't want to waste any more time messing with that. Go away. Okay. Anyway, we got it here, and I guess for the most part this is what's important. Take all the drawings off the weekly there. Alright. On to BIDU. Alright. Get rid of all the drawings here. Start anew. So we're looking here. Now we have a new target. Okay, Chipotle. Looking for an entry down here. We're saying that they are bearish. Costco. Same thing here. We're looking for a bearish move. And we, this one's in a setup. And we had it yesterday as a setup. Didn't do anything with it though. It followed the market very perfectly. Big green candle at the open and then pulled back during the day. We're going to leave it on our setup list though. And if it doesn't give us a hook, we just stay out. We could put an alert on it though. I think that's what I'm going to do. Where do I want to put the alert? How about above the open from yesterday? So we'll do that. At or above, that's what we want. Okay. Just as a reminder, let's look at the Dow. Yeah. This is really kind of a head and shoulders here. Oh, this shoulder here is for the low. It's looking a little bit weak, but I guess you could call this a head and shoulders. We're definitely seeing some big resistance up here. So from a market perspective, I don't know. We definitely have a flag here, and that is a bear flag. Whether it's going to continue down or not, we don't know. Although, if I was to look at economic conditions, I would say it's inevitable, but gold is marching on the march here, and that's good for me. Google. Google actually is in setup mode, and I'm not going to worry about these little violations here. As long as it's, I'm not going to worry about them anymore. Google's in a pretty darn strong downtrend right now, so I'm just going to ignore it for the most part. So we have set up on Google. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an alert in on this one, below the low from yesterday. All right. LinkedIn. It's fighting. It's definitely fighting. I'm going to assume that we're going to be in a downtrend here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a little target in there to pull my eye up there. Mini NASDAQ, same as the NASDAQ. In a downtrend, let's throw a target in here, and we'll throw one on NDX as well. Netflix. And we have a downtrend here, so we're throwing a target in there. OEX. So OEX is the S&P 100. What is on that? I just never really looked to see what's on there. Let's see if this will tell us. Public. S&P 100. Let's take a look. Who is on the S&P 100? Let's 3M, Abbott, yeah, they're all pretty much big guys. American Express, Apple, AT&T, yeah, some pretty big guys on there. So these are the heavyweights. Facebook, FedEx, General Electric, General Motors, Government Motors, I should say. Yeah, about that trading tax, or that transaction tax on trading. I had somebody ask me to help them write the letter, so I started my draft yesterday. I'll wrap her up today, and I will provide that to you guys somehow or another, even if I just put it on a video and then hit the pause. You can hit the pause button and grab it that way. That's probably the best way to do it, I think. Yeah, that's who's on the S&P 100. So that's what we're looking at here. All right. I was looking positive. I am looking negative now. So let's swing her up here and watch for an entry on that. If you want to go intraday, no problem with that. Sort of like what I did yesterday on SPX, and I actually did it on SPXPM in case I ended up having to hold it till Friday, but it didn't even. It actually ended up being a day trade in an account that's not approved for day trading, so now I have, that's 2 day trades in the last 5 days that I had on SPX and in that account. So I need to be careful, and that's just my regular joint account. It's called The Boys. If you guys take a look at this, it's called The Boys, and it's an account actually it's a college savings account, I guess you might say. That's this one down here, and it's because there's not enough in it. There's not $25,000 in it yet for day trading, and I'm only doing SPX, or I'm only doing the cash exchanges in there because at the end of the year, from a tax perspective, all you got is, did you make money on it or did you lose money on it? You don't have to put all your trades in on your tax form, and I already covered that once before in another video. So that's where we are with that one. And where was I going with that? Okay. Yeah, so those are the cash indexes, and that's why I'm trading them. That's why I have to watch out with the day trades in that account. I think I still have one more. So I just need to be careful. And maybe not put a limit order in on them and just let it ride. And make sure they stay in it overnight at least. All right, we're looking at OEX. Let's move on to Priceline. We're almost done. Target set on Priceline. Yeah, you can assume that it covers down to this 50% line here. Russell, how are we looking on the big rut? I was looking for bullish trade here, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I'll leave it there for now. SPX, we already kind of looked at that. My trade, of course, was on the SPXPM, which is, instead of Thursday expiration, is Friday expiration, and I think that may be where I put my drawing on too. Yes, this is where we were, so I'm going to remove all drawings, throw another one in here, and then Tesla, same thing, looking for a bearish trade. And Visa, we had on our list yesterday, looking for a bullish trade, and we're going to put it back on our list for today. So that's really all we have. Or we got Costco, Google, and Visa for today. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy trading.